Hey everyone, it's Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here to start a vlog for my Thanksgiving break. It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving in the United States, and I have a few days off from work. Actually, 5 days until I go back. I was off yesterday too, but had to travel to Bangor for doctor's appointments with my husband, so didn't get any vlogging done. So I'm going to start the vlog today, and I'm just going to let you know what I am hoping to get read during this break. So the first thing is my buddy read of Dear Friend from My Life, I Write to You from Your Life, or In Your Life, excuse me, by Ian Lee. I am buddy reading this with Sarah from Hardcover Hearts and Valentina, and we are halfway through the book. You can see my tabs where I've been tabbing this book. So I have about 100 pages left to read of that one. I am still reading my buddy read of The Evolution of Beauty by Richard O. Prum. And this is about mate selection and sexual selection in how that impacts evolution and adaptation. I'm buddy reading this with Doris from Aldi Books and Will and Valentina, and I just finished chapter 7 this morning, and there are 12 chapters, so over halfway done with that one. It's a science nonfiction. And then I am also reading Fight Like a Mother, which is written by Shannon Watts and is about her development of the activist group Mums Demand Action, which is working towards common sense gun law reform in the United States, and this book is basically how to be an activist in today's busy world. So I have read about 100 pages in this, and I think there's like 150 pages left. I'm also on ebook reading This Taste for Silence by Amanda O'Callaghan, which is a short story collection written by an Australian author. I'm buddy reading that with Sean, and we're reading we started out reading one short story a week, but some of the stories are like flash fiction, 1 or 1.5 pages. So we've been doing 2 short stories a week in the weeks when one of the stories is one of these really short pieces of fiction. And really enjoying this collection. I first heard about it, I can't remember where I first heard about it, but I heard about it both on Jacqueline at 6 Minutes for Me's channel, and Natalie from My Reading Days did a whole vlog about her experience in reading this collection. She read the short stories while she walked around I don't remember the name of the community she was walking around in Australia, but she was showing us pieces of street art while she was reading these short stories. And it's an amazing vlog. I will try to remember to link it down below. If you haven't seen that one, you really should check it out. It's amazing. But anyway, the short story collection, This Taste for Silence, is really, really fantastic so far, and very much enjoying that. And then if I get to it, what I would like to do is read The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. This is my pick for November for the Gone with the Book reading challenge, where Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures has challenged us all to read books written between 1900 and 1950, and this book fits right into that time period. This is a book about this won the Pulitzer Prize in 1921, and it's about New York high society. So I've read some other Edith Wharton and really liked it, so I have high hopes for that one. Before I fly on out of here to get some stuff done, I just want to bring you up to speed on some family news, some life update kind of news. Let me a second, I had my tea here this morning. Take a sip. And so something that's happened in my life in the last few weeks that some of you are aware of is I became a grandparent. My first grandchild was born 4 weeks ago. I will put a picture right here of his handsome little face on the day he was born, and so you will be seeing probably some clips and some different images of him in this vlog, and we are all super thrilled that he's here and we're having a great time. So I just wanted to point it out because you may be surprised to see a baby showing up in some of my vlog footage all of a sudden. So yeah, big days. Actually, before I forget, I should mention that my grandson was born on the same day as Karen from Run Right Reed's daughter was born. So that's kind of cool. Nice connection there between Karen and I. And it's fun to see her vlogs with her reading to her baby, and know that I'm enjoying reading to my grandson as well. So yeah, just wanted you all to know that and to not wonder when you see babies popping up in my vlogs. All right, guys, I'll check in later. Homemade granola. What are you doing?
It helps with hiccups.
Oh.
Sorry, I cleaned the tank again.
Damn it. Thanksgiving pie time. Pumpkin, apple, blueberry.
Noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to feast. And they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast.
So I just wanted to give you all a brief update. It is Thanksgiving Day. Whew, just got back from Thanksgiving with the fam. You will have seen a clip of all of the people that were at my Thanksgiving. We actually have to have Thanksgiving at our parish hall at our church because we have so many people in the family that we don't all fit into anyone's house anymore. So we divide up the food and we bring it to the parish hall, and then we all eat together in fellowship. And it's great. We love it. And the only problem is, oh my goodness, the parish hall is very echoey. So when you have like over 30 people in one room all talking at once, it gets really, really loud. So anyway, that was great. I am super stuffed. Everything was delicious. And I just wanted to give you a quick update on where I've gotten with my reading. So yesterday I did read 2 chapters in The Evolution of Beauty. And they were great. They were actually, the second chapter I read was all about the evolution of human sexuality. So that was, my inner 12-year-old found it very, very amusing. And then I read another 50 pages in Dear Friend yesterday, and I still am struggling with this one. There was a whole chapter on, and the author was like using the word innocence in a way that I was not fully comprehending. And so I'm not really sure, still not really sure what she was trying to get at with that metaphor, comparison, whatever. This is a book I think that might benefit from reading through multiple times. And then I mostly worked on Fight Like a Mother yesterday. I ended up getting quite a bit read, and I have less than 50 pages to go. I will probably finish this book today. I am finding this book extremely enjoyable and an easy read, very easily digestible. Yesterday there was chapters on how to effectively use social media in activism. There was a whole chapter on how to refute arguments for people when it comes to people that, give platitudes like guns don't kill people, people kill people, and like how to argue with sort of blanket statements like that with facts. And a lot of help for people who, like me, who live in red states, but have sort of more progressive opinions about certain issues, and how to balance those things. Because like me, Shannon Watts and Mothers Demand Action, are not about, taking people's guns away. It's more about common sense gun legislation and making things safer. I grew up in Maine, as you guys know, and we sorry sorry, little folding forward there. Guns are a part of life here, where it's a hunting culture. It's a culture where people are very comfortable with guns, and so the issue is not about taking guns away. The issue is, how do we make things safer and more reasonable for gun ownership. So really, really loving this book. That's where I am with my reading, and I will be back probably tomorrow to check in again. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone, or I hope you've had a happy Thanksgiving. So I finished 3 books since the last time I've checked in. So I think the last time I checked in was on Thanksgiving Day, and yesterday I was occupied on doing some Black Friday shopping with my family, and so I didn't really get a chance to check in, but I did get a chance to do some reading. So I finished the 3 remaining books on my Nonfiction November TBR. I finished Dear Friend, From My Life, I Write to You in Your Life by Yoon Lee. I have to say that this was not a great success for me. I really had a hard time with this. I had a hard time connecting with the book emotionally, and also in sort of centering myself in time and place. The narrative kind of jumps all over the place, and I really had struggled with that. This is another one of those books where I do not feel intelligent enough to understand what the author is trying to do here. So that was kind of a disappointment. I'm not sorry I read it, but I do feel like it just wasn't for me. So I know lots of people love this book, and I don't disagree in that it is beautifully written, but it just didn't connect with me. That's all. And then I finished Fight Like a Mother, How a Grassroots Movement Took on the Gun Lobby and Why Women Will Change the World by Shannon Watts. And I've spoken about how much I enjoyed this book before, and I'll just reiterate that this is a great book. If you're interested in how to become active in an activist movement, or if you have a particular political or social issue that you're passionate about, how you can connect with that issue, even if you have a busy lifestyle, or you're a full-time mom, or full-time work outside the home, or any combination of that, and you're like, you think you don't have time to participate in an issue that you care strongly about, this book explains how you can get involved and make a difference. And I found it very well written, very readable, very much entertaining and informative. I really kind of sped through it and really got a lot out of it. This of course is specific to common sense gun law reform in the United States, but it can certainly apply to any political or social issue. So very highly recommend this book. And then today I finished The Evolution of Beauty, How Darwin's Forgotten Theory of Mate Choice Shapes the Animal World and Us by Richard O. Prum. And this book, I think I've mentioned before, is sort of been middle of the road for me. And I think in the end, my feeling about it is that it remains sort of a mediocre read for me. It is interesting to read about sexual selection and mate choice and how perhaps those mechanisms have shaped adaptation in the animal world and also in humans. But I found Prum's writing to be quite convoluted at times, really. He sort of writes all around himself. He tries too hard to sort of be literary with his points rather than just being clear and focused with his points. And then he just becomes repetitive because he's trying to say the same thing 12 different ways and use, flowery language and all that sort of thing. So I found some of the chapters quite incomprehensible. And then some of the chapters were really fantastic. So I certainly learned a lot, particularly about birds and how birds have evolved different reproductive strategies and mating strategies. And I think that Prum's thinking about how mate choice happens in all species is quite fascinating. I think that a lot more research is needed to fully back up his ideas and his theories. And I found his trying to basically combine a sort of academic science book with a popular science book really uneven and not very well done in general. So that's where I'm at with that. I've completed every book that was on my Nonfiction November TBR. I did bail on one of those books, but I replaced it with Frederick Douglass biography. So I did read 8 books. I actually read more than 8 books because I had 2 books from before November started that were nonfiction. So I believe that I read 10 books total nonfiction in November. And I will, before I wrap this vlog up, I will check on that in my reading log and make sure that that's right. But I'm thinking that's how many I've read. And I'm just starting this afternoon The Great Influenza. So excited about that one. After Doris talked about it so much in her videos in November, it's made me really excited to read it. So it's only Saturday right now, so I will check in again before I wrap this vlog up and let you know how I finished up the weekend.
There's the road right here. Let me get the other end. Wherever the top's not at.
Hey everyone, just wanted to pop in and wrap this vlog up with the last little bit of my nonfiction November reading. So I started The Great Influenza by John M. Barry. This is so excellent so far. I've read about 70 pages and I'm loving it. Really, really excellent writing. So I'm looking forward to continuing this in December. And then I just wanted to show you all the nonfiction that I completed from my own TBR shelves this month. Let's see if I can do this. Yes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nonfiction books from my TBR. I call that a huge success. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great nonfiction November, and I will talk to you later.